earth signs, there seems to be a feeling of abundance around you at the moment. And this could be motherly vibes as well. The Empress doesn't take a lot of action, which is unusual. She sort of sits there quite serene and attracts sort of opportunities into herself. But look at the card that came next to it, adaptability, with the moon in that Gemini busy third house of communication. And these energies are polar opposites, because this is busy, 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 adaptable. Look at it, looks like a Swiss Army knife there with lots of different tools, juggling lots of different things, with emotional adaptability, and yet there's the serenity as well. So let's try and understand what this combination of energies means for you for the week ahead. Well, we've got 3 cards of endings. We've got moving on from a turbulent time into sort of a safe harbor, if you like. And the world there showing the big closing out of a cycle, and reiterated and reinforced by the Death card, which is changing the old guard and making way for something new. So you can see this is a major transition point in some way for you. Now, you may need to become a bit adaptable, but there is some sense of abundance around you through this time, and calm. So you might be the anchor person in the middle of quite a bit of upheaval to do with changes that are happening and cycles ending and new opportunities coming to fruition. So let's see what else the universe wants you to know about these changing times. Well, you may be very tempted to go it alone this week, divorcing yourself in some way from a situation. We've got the Queen of Wands, which is very sparkling, magnetic, bright energy. Can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, feminine energy. Feels like it could be you though, and there is something of a self-serving vibe to this, and I mean that in the best way possible. So this is you following your own light, if you like, and pioneering on your own, it feels like. Moving away from a situation. Other people might even consider you selfish for doing so, but it's like, I'm following my own passions here, and I am moving forth in the direction I want to go in towards emotional happiness. So see how this energy resonates for you, but this is the card of complete domestic joy and bliss, complete emotional satisfaction. It doesn't get better than the 10 of Cups in this rainbow formation like that. And so you may well be facing the judgment of other people as you pursue this for yourself. You may have to leave someone or something or a situation behind and strike out on your own. Now, because there are such endings indicated here in 3 different cards, including moving on to a more peaceful situation for yourself, there may be a breakup. There may be, cutting off a relationship with someone and doing your own thing, going your own way, and finding your own freedom here. Now, this could be, there could be an air sign individual around you at this time, or this could also be you being quite detached and taking action that just frees you from some situation. Air signs are famously logical and emotionally detached. They get a bit of a bad rap for that, but you've got to have logic somewhere along the line. It is good to be balanced. This could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in terms of a masculine energy that you are either having a break from or maybe moving towards. Remember, the main card out was the Empress, which is very abundant. It's wealthy. It's peace and calm. So it does feel like you've striking out on your own to protect your own peace. Well, lean away from anything underhanded or keeping too many secrets. It's time to blurt out the truth about a situation as you see it, even if it is going to really throw the cat amongst the pigeons. It might have everyone like, what's going on, but you're serving up the dose of your truth and moving on from a situation that really doesn't suit you any longer, and you are being urged to lean towards this endings, 10 of Swords, Be done with a situation that has dragged on for so long. It has been so painful. It is time to really put that last knife into this situation so that you can move on and be done with it. So don't hold back. I mean, don't be brutal, but don't keep secrets, especially if you're unhappy in a situation and you've just been squashing it down. It really is time to be honest and let the cards fall where they may, as they say. You don't have to do it all at once. So take the small steps. They will lead to where you want to go, to the big accomplishments. So don't put pressure on yourself to do too much too quickly. That said, it feels like a situation where you might have to rip a Band-Aid off. But once you release these constraints, these things that have been holding you back, anything that has sort of been a negative cycle, that's been a drain on you, you will unleash this river of blessings. So there are brighter days ahead for you. And you are being urged to remember that you are good enough. You deserve happiness, joy, peace, calm. This is really your watchword here. And you may have to be a bit emotionally adaptable at this time, which, you might be loath to do, but you do have a lot of emotional tools in your arsenal. So do draw on them. Draw on all elements of your emotional wisdom here to get through this situation. Yeah, it really is time to speak up. Take that microphone, mic drop, speak your truth. Again, you don't have to be brutal about it, but just being honest seems to be something very important at the moment, speaking up. And also having the courage of your convictions to make final decisions here. So no more holding back to spare other people's feelings. It is time to actually bring the hammer down on a situation. This is a beautiful, sexy card. It is also a very relaxing card, but it does say, call it a day at the end there. That's the first little phrase that jumped out at me as I did pick this card up. So there is, it's 9 eyes time for a situation in your life, maybe. And there is this peace, maybe sexy time on the other side of this difficulty as well. So you might just need to be a little bit emotionally adaptable to get to your Empress zone where you can fully relax and attract in everything that you deserve. But it is there for you. Once you call time on something that may be a situation that is just no longer right for you. If you'd like your own personal reading, go to my website. But meanwhile, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love and joy.